Oh, and we haven't talked to Edie about this location yet, of course.
What's this area of the ship?
This is the Normandy's technical lab, where you can investigate new research upgrades that will improve ship or team performance. All upgrades can be developed in the Normandy's lab, provided you have acquired the necessary resources. You can find these resources by scanning planets or searching while on missions.
We've already found stuff on missions. We haven't done the scanning planets bit yet. We'll get to that at some point. Actually, I want to see if Jacob has anything to talk about. Pretty much after every mission I'll do the rounds of all the crew members, until we get to certain points where I know that they don't have anything to say, so then I won't have to try and talk to them.
Commander, can I help you with something?
Most of the time investigate yields nothing new, except that we now have a scientist, so both Jacob and Miranda, we weren't able to talk about to talk to them about upgrades before, so now we can.
Any thoughts on how to prepare against the Collectors?
They spec'd this ship to the original Normandy, but you were there. The Collectors cut her like butter. This armor just isn't top of the line anymore. People will die if we don't upgrade. Alliance had some new toys in secret dev before I left. I could try and pull a few favors.
And he's right, people will die if we don't upgrade, like I said. So we got heavy ship armor. The Asari-made Solaris armor upgrade is attached to the ship's superstructure. This will help the ship hold together if hit by a blast powerful enough to penetrate its shields. Requires 13,500 palladium. Well, that's... we want that, of course. And see if he has any
Commander,
personal stuff to
can I help you
talk
with
about.
something?
I'm more interested in just talking for a bit.
Sounds good. Have to say you run this ship tight, and we're getting things done. We keep on track and maybe we'll figure this out. I hope so. I'm not looking forward to the debrief if it all goes to hell. Is there something specific? Or are you just checking in?
I like to know my crew. Forget procedure. Tell me about yourself.
Informal, huh? Everything's in my file. Ex-Alliance like you, no Reapers or anything, but I got swept under the rug too. The more good you do, the less they want to admit that something needed doing.
What led you to Cerberus?
The Alliance sidelined me after Eden Prime. Ended up on a job with Miranda that Cerberus treated like an audition. And here I am.
Again, that's the Mass Effect Galaxy iPhone app.
You don't seem like a results at all costs kind of guy. Cerberus history doesn't bother you?
The Alliance is all politics. Somebody has to take down the bad people. Cerberus keeps that line, I'm on their side.
In that game you actually play as Jacob. Obviously Shepard cannot appear in any other Mass Effect media, whether it be the novels, comics, or any of the other places where Mass Effect is used, because they don't know what Shepard looks like, they don't know what gender he is, they don't know if he's Paragon or Renegade, so it's kind of difficult.
What was your proudest career moment?
Covered this, didn't we? It was after getting sidelined. A Batarian group was plotting to release a weaponized virus and kill the Council. Miranda and I stopped it.
Strange that it wasn't bigger news.
The real work doesn't get publicized, you know that. They say it's better that people don't know how fragile the system is or how close the bad guys can get. So, it never happened. Like you and the Reaper. And that's why I'm here.
You make no apologies for doing what you had to. I admire that.
I couldn't go back to the Alliance, not after the cover-up. They did the same to you. General public never knew you were dead or heard the real story of the Citadel. Did you know they used you on recruitment ads? You were the human ideal for like 6 months. Then they replaced you with a composite image they invented. Guess you didn't focus test right. You were actually the Alliance poster boy, and they still dumped you.
Way to boil it down, Jacob. I hope you keep a better attitude about our current mission.
Don't worry. This is exactly what I signed on for. If that's all, Commander, I'll get back to my duties. There's a lot to get ready.
Okay. Getting to know our crew, always nice. Let's see what's going on in the CIC. Aren't you going to tell me if I have messages?
Commander, you've received a new message at your private terminal.
That's what I was waiting for. Let's see what it is. From Chief Medical Officer Chakwas. Commander, I've done further investigation regarding your facial scarring, and the old adage of mind over matter holds true. Negative attitudes and aggressive acts create adverse reactions with your cybernetic implants, while peaceful thoughts and compassionate actions promote healing. If you maintain a positive outlook, I believe your facial scarring will heal on its own. Otherwise, there is surgical equipment we could use to insulate your cybernetic implants and accelerate your healing, regardless of your mental outlook. I've updated plans for the new medical equipment to your research terminal in the tech lab. Sincerely, Chakras. Right. Basically, that means that if you are Paragon, your scars will heal by themselves. If you're a Renegade, they will get worse. And in either case, you can use the upgrade to get rid of them if you want to do it that way, which I actually will do. Not that I need to, they're almost entirely gone anyway, but I like doing it just to show you. See if Kelly has anything to talk about.
Earlier when we spoke, you were very open with me. I like that, but I hope I didn't come across as too flirty. I don't want to overstep my bounds.
You're very charming, Kelly.
Thank you. The feeling is mutual. Anyway, how may I help you, Commander?
Again, I'm not deliberately trying to cheat on Liara here. I'm doing this for a very specific purpose.
Do you have a moment to talk?
I always have time for you, Commander.
Oh wait, that's just the regular stuff that we already talked about.
I better go.
Okay. Maybe we'll talk later.
Wait, doesn't she have to...
How may I help you, Commander?
Is there anything I should know?
Nothing right now. Anything else, Commander?
That'll be all.
It's always nice chatting with you.
Alright, now one thing I actually missed mostly in my first playthrough is that there's stuff going on with Joker in the cockpit. Because the reason I missed that is because in Mass Effect 1 there was no reason to talk to Joker because he never had anything new to say between missions. So I kind of assumed it would be the same here, but that's not true.
Commander.
For one thing, you can always ask him about the squad.
What do you think about the people we're picking up?
Well, about the ones you went out with last. Jacob is way too nice a guy for the number of ways he knows how to kill people. Zaeed is like you, but takes checks. As long as it's not my money, we're good. It's just my opinion, though. There's really no need to go spreading it around.
We'd already heard the one for Jacob, but Zaeed is new, of course. And there's drama unfolding in the cockpit.
I assume everything is going well up here?
We're just having an argument over personalization of my workspace.
Cerberus regulations are clear, Mr. Moreau. Personalization does not include grease on my bridge cameras.
It's just mad that all its footage of me looks like a dream sequence.
That's it for now.
See you, Commander.
Edie and Joker will have an ongoing storyline throughout the game, which will be funny. Before we go back to Omega, let's talk to some other people, and actually let's go to the captain's cabin. Because we got some armor upgrades that I want to apply, but we also got some personalization stuff to look at. Like two models, we got a model of a Turian cruiser and of a Geth ship. Oh, that's nice. The music player is still on. So we got chest plates, capacitor chest plates, which improve shield recharge time, which is good. And we got stimulator conduits, which improve your storm speed. And those are kind of useless if they're just sitting in our armory without using them. I guess we should go and give Chakwas her ice brandy. And we should also talk to Miranda and see if they have anything new to say here.
It's just too dangerous for them in New Canton. I'm shipping my family back to Earth.
You can afford that?
Cerberus looks out for their own. They're funding the transport for me.
It's the least they can do when we're putting our lives on the line.
I guess. Again, that's an unfolding storyline as the game progresses. See if Miranda has anything new to say. At the very least, we can talk to her about upgrades now as well.
Commander, what can I do for you?
Have you got any ideas for potential upgrades we could make?
A few ideas, yeah. Here, take a look.
Another ship enhancement. Oh, we got actually two, because we got the one from Chakwas, the medbay upgrade. That requires a lot of platinum. I'll probably do that later. Miranda gave us a mineral scanner upgrade. The Android Group's proprietary Argus planet scan technology has been integrated into the ship's systems. This will greatly speed up the planet scanning process, and that's not a bad thing, because the planet scanning process is really annoying. So that's a good thing.
Commander, what can I do for you?
You have a minute, Miranda?
Of course. I'm just finishing an operation report. I'm impressed, Shepard. So far things have gone exceptionally well. As Cerberus operations go, this is one of the best I've been a part of.
Maybe that's because this isn't a Cerberus operation.
Not to you, maybe. But I report directly to the elusive man. And I'm here because he wants me to be. Cerberus gave you a second chance, Commander. Maybe you should do the same for us.
What did Cerberus do that made you so loyal?
I suppose you deserve to know. Do you remember when I told you how I was genetically altered? Well, that wasn't my choice. My father created me. He's a very influential man and extremely controlling. He didn't want a daughter. He wanted a dynasty. I ran away as soon as I was old and brave enough. I went to Cerberus because I knew they could protect me.
You seem capable of defending yourself. Why did you need Cerberus?
My father invested a great deal in his dynasty. It wasn't a matter of just leaving. I knew he would continue to pursue his investments.
I assume that Cerberus approved of your enhanced abilities?
Of course. Cerberus fully endorses anything that advances the cause of humanity. Genetic alterations included. But unlike my father and his own selfish reasons, Cerberus and the elusive man believe in a greater good. They see the bigger picture, and I feel like I have a purpose here.
You talk about yourself like you're just a tool to be used. By your father? By Cerberus?
Maybe. I like to know where I fit in the world. It helps me find meaning in how I was created.
You are who you are, Miranda. You don't need to make excuses for it.
That's easy for you to say. We've both been engineered for greatness, Shepard. The difference is you were great before we rebuilt you. I'm great because of it.
Your spirit and personality are what make you great. It's what makes anyone great.
That's kind of you. I'm not sure I believe you, but thanks for saying it.
Trying to improve relations a bit with Miranda. We do have to work with her, after all.
Who exactly is your father?
A businessman, but a very wealthy one. It's ironic, my father believed deeply in a human-positive agenda. He donated generously to Cerberus before I joined them. That's how I first heard about Cerberus, through my father's connections.
You talk about yourself like
Yeah.
you're just a
Maybe.
tool to be...
I like to
You
know
are
where-
who you are.
That's easy. The difference is you were great before
That
we
was the
rebuilt
same
you.
option as before.
I'm great because of it.
You've told me a lot about your father. What happened to your mother?
I never had one. Most of my genetic material is based on my father's tissue. His Y chromosome was altered with an amalgam of desired traits from various sources. How arrogant can you be? The man is completely egomaniacal. Just another reason I had to get away from him.
Thanks for your time, Miranda. I'll talk to you later.
Anytime, Commander.
Well, let's go and give Dr. Chakwas her brandy.
How may I help you, Commander?
I have a present for you, Doc.
Sarah's ice brandy? You didn't. Thank you. I always regretted not opening that original bottle when I still could. I won't make the same mistake again. Why don't we open this bottle right here, right now, you and me?
Sounds like a plan.
You crack open the bottle. I'll get the glasses.
I thought Alenko's biotic display might have broken Jenkins' back, but Jenkins pops up and yells, "That was awesome!" Oh, Jenkins. Soldiers like him make the Alliance great. Cerberus lacks the same enthusiasm.
So, if soldiers that forget to turn on their shields, run into the first engagement we see, and die 5 minutes into the mission are what make the Alliance great, then I guess that explains why we're working for Cerberus now.
With your service record, you could have gotten a tour of duty on any Alliance ship. Why'd you really leave?
Maybe it's less about leaving and more about staying. As a military doctor, I mostly treat people who are in bad shape. Often they die. And if I can help them, they move on. Either way, they leave.
Don't you have any friends or family?
No, not lacking friendship. Just stability. Jeff, Joko will always have Vrolik syndrome. He would never admit it, but he needs my help, and he always will. I wish it weren't, but sadly it's true.
Treating Joker gives you a kind of stability.
So does this ship, even if it's a copy. Or, hell, maybe it's you, Shepard. Our immovable center. A place for a person to stop and catch her breath. Or maybe I'm just happily drunk. Would it hurt if it was simple like that for once?
Here's to simply being happily drunk.
I'll drink to that.
And Gardner is just looking at us from behind the window. Oh, we actually leveled up from that. And we're drunk, as you can see. The screen is swaying. Ah. Chalk was sleeping it off, it seems. We have no such luxury. Sober up pretty quickly, though. And let's tell Ken and Gabby we got their DFA couplings. Also, Zaeed is now hanging around on the engineering deck.
The new armor reinforcements really threw off the gravimetric profiles. But engines are good to go. I rebalanced the Gilborn coefficients and adjusted the anterior intakes on the second-tier stabilizers.
I love it when you talk dirty.
Okay.
You're the best, Commander. We just got those FBA couplings installed. Now we only have to calibrate every week instead of every day. We're thinking about celebrating our newfound free time with some Skillian 5 poker. Want to join us?
Come on, Kenneth. The commander doesn't want to play cards with grease monkeys like us.
Sure, why not?
Actually, that sounds interesting.
Fantastic. I'll get the cards.
This influences how much money you win or lose. And I want to win, of course.
My Skillian 5's a bit rusty. You'll be easy on the rookie, right?
Of course, Commander. It's all friendly.
Yeah, right.
You've won 500 credits playing Skillian 5.
Be gentle on the rookie. I can't believe we fell for that.
It's so worth losing to see you taken down a notch.
Beat me at my own game. You're all right, Shepard.
This conversation changes a bit if you wait until later in the game to do this. But anyway, because there will be someone else in engineering who will join you for the poker game. That clip is on YouTube as well if you're really interested. I mean, everything you can possibly do in Mass Effect is on YouTube. And Zaeed is hanging around in starboard cargo. Port cargo is still locked. There he is. There's a couple of other things here as well. There's surveillance, which is not really all that useful. You can barely tell what it is. Guess that's on the CIC deck somewhere. The mess hall. Crew deck? That's crew quarters. Engineering? I have no idea. Ah well, what does it matter? And there's Zaeed.
Thinking about past missions. Got a minute? You might learn something.
Unlike the normal squad members, both Zaeed and Kasumi as DLC squad members don't give you full cutscene style conversations. They just have some lines when you try to talk to them. There's not really any interaction.
I was trying to remember how many Cerberus operatives I've killed. Lost track around 50.
Only 50?
Guess your elusive man's big on forgiveness.
I think we killed more than that in the Cerberus-related assignments in the previous game.
Get a knife stuck in the right way, and you can pull that plate right off a Krogan's head. It's the best way to get a Krogan to talk. The threat of it drives them mad.
Nice to know.
I should let you go. Talk more later, Shepard. Hey, don't touch. That rifle's older than you are. I call her Jessie. That's my lucky charm. More men have been killed with that gun than died in the Skillian Blitz. The day I laid her to rest was the saddest day of my life. I'd give up every weapon I own for one more mission with that shitty old rifle.
We can talk about some of the things in here, like the rifle. I have to say, I don't really like Zaeed that much. His endless anecdotes annoy me. But for the sake of the Let's Play, I'll talk to him. If you feel the same way as me, you can always fast forward through this part of the video.
I was down and out when I found that gun. Jessie was the first weapon I got my hands on. Took her everywhere. She didn't have much punch, but reliable as all hell. She'd already been through a lot by the time I got her. Still, I never had to recite her once. Damn good rifle. I remember Jessie's first kill. Turian arms dealer out of Omega. I ran through miles of filth and rust to hunt him down. When I finally cornered him, that gun was caked in 2 inches of the foulest sludge you can imagine. But Jessie wanted that Turian dead, so 2 shots, and he died right there. I killed my way across the Terminus systems with that gun. Seemed like Jessie wanted to kill more than I did. Bloodthirsty old bitch. I owe half my reputation to that weapon right there. Anytime someone calls me ruthless, relentless, they're talking about that rifle.
Sure.
I don't take Jessie into battle anymore. Had to retire her about 5 years ago. I was hunting down this Batarian slaver. Forgot his name. Not important. Carved my way through 100 Batarian mooks. I don't remember injecting a clip once. Jessie just kept firing. Reached the slaver and he got in my face, so I went to blow him away and nothing. The old bitch had finally jammed. So I smashed his face in with the butt of the gun and called in the job. After that, Jessie couldn't be fixed. Nothing anyone could do. Like she'd finally had enough blood and was ready to rest. been resting ever since.
I think I'll talk about the other items he has here next time we come back. Just to spread things out a bit. There's also a garbage compactor here, which is kind of useless, but you can make cubes of garbage and then blow them out the airlock. And you can keep doing that. I think there's a video on YouTube of someone doing this for like an hour. I have to say it is kind of hypnotic. Companion cube, no! Okay. That's it for now. And since we're still at Omega, I guess we should head back there and look for Archangel next.